This is Sunday, January 24th or 25th. Preach from the mountaintop. I'm Jane Fendelman. There's a reason I don't know what day it is usually, actually. And that's because once you are living out your dreams and doing exactly what you want to do every day, it kind of doesn't matter what day it is. It's not like when you're working a 9 to 5 job and you're miserable and you're counting the days until Friday or until a holiday or until some vacation. So, I know it sounds like I'm bragging. That is the reason, though. That's the reason I don't often know what day it is. So, happy Sunday, Preach from the Mountaintop. Um, I hike the mountain every Sunday. It always inspires me, it gives me some inspiration what to talk about, what I want to talk about. And I'm grateful to a client of mine who got me started doing these video posts. So I can't tell you who she is because it's confidential. Anyway, yeah, it's been fun. Okay, I know I don't look or seem handicapped. I've been thinking about this recently. Oh, by the way, look at my shirt. Be present. It's a cool shirt. It's a very cool shirt. Be present. It's one of my favorite shirts. I have what's called a hindfoot fusion. That means that my left foot doesn't move. It's fixed in a 90-degree angle. Had to have that done because chemotherapy is so destructive to the joints and bones that eventually I couldn't take the pain anymore and I could barely step on my foot. And what little it did move caused extreme pain. There was a lot of what they call post-traumatic arthritis, and there was a lot of dead bone in there. And I was in a car crash when I was 17. And so, yeah, I was dancing on it. I would slap on this leg brace, and I would even compete. Most judges didn't know I was handicapped. I would put my leg brace on, which was this giant, cool purple thing with little stars on it, and put my dance pants on top of that, and then wear a skirt on top of that. So I tolerated this pain for many years, and then after chemo, within a few years, within 3 or 4 years after chemo, I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was just starting to think about having a hindfoot fusion when I woke up one morning and my spine went down. I woke up one morning. I had been doing power yoga the night before. Yoga's the devil. I'm just teasing. Yoga's a wonderful thing. I just don't like it. Yoga's not good for me. Unless it's really like tailored to me because my ankle's fused, so no balance. Anyway, so yeah, I woke up one morning. This is about 2010, early 2010, and I fell down and I didn't walk for a year because once you have cancer, your health insurance goes up and up and up, and my what used to be my good health insurance got up to about $1,000 a month, and I had quit it and had gotten this cheaper health insurance, which didn't cover jack. And so when my spine went down, it wouldn't pay for any doctors, and I could barely work, and I could not walk, and I couldn't get out of pain. And I literally pretty much crawled around on my hands and knees. I was bent over this walker for a year. And then I was thinking about euthanizing myself, and I went to see a priest, of all people, because at the time I was living downtown and I lived next to the Trinity Cathedral Church. And I told this priest, I'm thinking about euthanizing myself because I can't take the pain anymore. I can't stand up straight and I can't work. And he said, don't do that. Don't do that. Get on Access Health Insurance. And I told him, I like literally can't even sit up at a computer. And he said, no, it's easy. You'll see. See if you can get a friend who will help you. And I did. And that's what I did. And so I had a spinal fusion. I have rosin screws in my L5S1, and then once I healed from that, that all took 2 years. And then once I healed from that, I got a hindfoot fusion in my left ankle. So my ankle's fused, and that took care of all of the pain in my ankle. I still have back pain if I'm not careful, but the spinal fusion did take away about 75% of the back pain. And when I'm super careful and I go to physical, oh my God, it's so boring. George Adair always said, never talk, when you get old, don't ever talk about your physical ailments. But I'm telling you all this for a reason, but it's so boring. To me, it's boring. I have to go to physical therapy once a week and sometimes twice a week. And when it gets really bad, I have to get a massage and I have to stay down. I have to stay on my couch or in my bed for a few days. Arr. The only thing that really seems to keep my back happy is exercise and rest. And I have to stay out of long car rides and out of chairs that don't have lumbar support. I get frustrated with it. I'm really blessed that I have friends who really understand this. And like when we go to a bar or a nightclub, or I'm meeting my friends out and I say, oh gosh, you guys, I can't sit in these chairs. Can we please move to a booth? And they're like, yeah, sure, no big deal. So I'm quite blessed with my friendships and lucky, very lucky, very blessed. So, okay, so because exercise and rest are the only things that really keep my back pain down, I have to, this sounds crazy, I have to go swing dancing once a week. I go every Tuesday night to Fat Cat Ballroom. And I have to hike the mountain every single Sunday. And if I can get an extra night of dancing somewhere else, I do, like salsa, or, salsa's hard on my back. I like cha-cha. But anyway, an extra, if I can get an extra, so I have dance at least once, hiking the mountain at least once, and physical therapy at least once a week. And so sometimes I have people who don't believe me that I'm in pain or that I'm handicapped. People don't believe me, which is understandable because I don't look like it. And also I'm super good at ignoring it all myself. A certain amount of denial is handy and helpful. So it all reminds me of when I was in college. I shattered my ankle in this car crash when I was 17. And when I was in college in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, in the wintertime, it would really start to hurt me. In fact, I had canes. In Missouri, I walked with canes, usually most of the winter. But it would depend on where I was going. So every now and then, like if I was late to class, I would be hobbling there and I would have my cane. But if it was art class, I oftentimes would leave my cane in my car. I had a handicap parking hanger and I would run to art class. Run. Sure, I was hobbling a little bit. I mean, limpy. But, okay. So one day, the head of security called me into his office. And I was, whatever I was, 19 years old at the time. And honestly, my ankle looked and still does look like Frankenstein. I should post pictures of it again. Anyway, it looks better now. They cut off this giant bone that was sticking out the side. The head of security called me in and he said, I know you're a big faker because I've seen you running across campus. And I remember I was young at the time and I did not know how to explain this. And I said to him, I feel like I can run when I'm going to art class because I'm so happy. He goes, I know you got that handicap hanger. I know you lied to get it and you worked the system. And I know that you're not really handicapped. And I saw you run. And I didn't know how to say to him, I didn't understand myself because of my age. I didn't understand why, even though my ankle hurt me, I could run to art class if I was running late. I didn't know how to explain it. Anyway, now I know how to explain it. Now I understand it. When you're happy doing something, it doesn't matter if you're tired or you're sick or you're, it doesn't matter if your life is full. If there is a thing that you love doing, you will be able to get up and run to it, because when you're doing something that you love, or when you're running towards something that you love, there are natural euphorogens, chemicals, naturally occurring chemicals flooding through your body: oxytocin, epinephrines, norepinephrines. And when you have these natural euphorogens flooding through your body, you can get up and go do things that you couldn't on an ordinary day. Okay, if you're, let's say you're like me and your back gets tired and you avoid sitting at the computer and you need to do your taxes and you don't like doing taxes, you're not going to be able to muster up the energy to get to your computer and do your taxes. But if someone told you, um, you got cast in a big movie, we sent you an email, if somebody sent you a text, or somebody said, I think you won the lottery, or somebody said, your long lost love is trying to contact you, they sent you an email, you would run to your computer and fire it up. So you understand? Okay, so here's the last thing that I want to say about being handicapped and having head cancer, and this is not for everybody. So please don't don't message me and tell me off for saying this. A lot of people want to live for a really long time, and I don't. I don't. I don't. And I know it's different for me because I'm a person who has to be careful living with chronic pain. And I don't have children or husband. See, I have people that I love deeply, 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 and people that love me who would be bummed if I checked out. Or if I died, checked out. I don't know. I'm not going to check out, okay? Don't nobody be scared. If I had to leave this body, I have people who would be bummed out. And I would be sad if I found out, oh, your cancer's back, you're going to die now. I would be sad. There would be people that I would say, I'm sorry, I'm going. I don't want to leave you. But two things. One is when you have chemotherapy, I had chemotherapy in 2005. This is 2015. I am still suffering the after effects, suffering such a bad word. I am still experiencing the after effects, suffering's a choice. I'm experiencing the after effects of chemotherapy. Chemo affects your joints and bones in an adverse way. And even as I'm just sitting here talking to you, I can feel my lower right hand back, my lower back on the right hand side aching. Just because I was really dancing my ash off last night at my friend's birthday party. So it's a worth it. But really think hard about whether or not you want to do chemo. And I'm told that it's different now, even just 10 years later, because now they do more focused, centrally located chemotherapy to the spot. Like I had breast cancer, so apparently now they do it more focused on the spot where you have it rather than poisoning your entire body. But they were concerned about mine because I had pretty fast spreading cancer. But I knew then what I know now about how my body would feel at age 55, that some days I wake up and I feel like I'm 80. I'm not sure I would have done it. And I was ready to go anyway at the time. I was sad. But I'm happy now. I'm not scared of death. I say that now, you know. I'll let you know when I'm actually doing it. But right now, looking at it, I'm not afraid of death. Staying around longer isn't appealing to me because to me it's quality of life, not quantity. I mean, I'd love to be able to dance and point both of my toes, not just my right toes. Ah, and I've been missing high heels lately because of this dance class I'm taking. It's a burlesque dance class. Because the cancer and the everything it did to my body took away my. I don't feel graceful. I don't feel graceful. In my head, I'm still graceful, but when I move my body, it's not always graceful. Anyway, so staying around longer is not appealing to me. Quality of life, not quantity of life. And oh, by the way, I wish people wouldn't, I don't know, correct me when I say I'm handicapped. Like people think handicap's a bad word. I don't know. I guess it came from disabled people used to have to sit on the sidewalk and hold the cap out and ask for money, beg for money. That's where it came from. But, you know, I think it's kind of like a personal preference. So the word doesn't bother me. I don't know. I don't have rules about words the way a lot of people do. So I'm crippled. How about that? People hate that even more. Why? I'm I get to say what I am. Don't correct me. Anyway, so in terms of our lives, I say quality over quantity. And if you're not living the life that you want to live, that's probably why you want more time. But if you're not living the life you want to live, what the hell are you doing? What the F are you doing? That's what I really wanted to say. Well, that isn't what I really wanted to say, but this is a PG family friendly recording. So, yeah, living longer is not so appealing. I'm totally at peace with when and if I'm supposed to go. I'm happy to stay. I'm happy to stay. I'm happy to go. If it's time for me to go, that means that I did whatever I was supposed to do here, because I really do believe there's some grand scheme. There's some universal intelligence, some wisdom, some organizing intelligence that causes the planets to orbit. Causes a baby to be conceived. Causes my hair to grow. And that if I eat hamburgers and French fries, they magically turn into fingernails and hair and skin and teeth. And it's something magical that allows us to look into each other's eyes and feel each other's heart and soul. So while I'm here, I want to do that with you. And when I'm gone, I hope I can still touch your heart